Hi everyone, welcome to Rainbow Discovery Channel. Today we'll be talking about the moon. But before diving into our main topic today, which is the moon, or before meeting our correspondent Gerard, that we'll be talking about some certain things that we don't know concerning the moon. Rainbow China is here to bring you verified facts within and without. Stay tuned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are once more welcome back to Rainbow Discovery China. As I earlier mentioned that today we're talking about the moon, and Mr. Gerard is here to explain to us some hidden truth that we don't know about the moon. Mr. Gerard, greetings.
Greetings, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. And you too?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm good. So today we want to verify from some certain facts from you that concerns the moon. You know that some people see the moon, they don't really know what the moon means, or there are some certain things that they don't understand about the moon. But before diving into our activity or the main point, first of all, we have to know what is the moon.
Okay. Thank you for that pertinent question. You know, when we talk of the moon, see, the moon is the Earth's only natural satellite.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gerard. As you have heard from Mr. Gerard, that the moon is the natural satellite of the Earth. That's a brief definition of the moon. Okay, Mr. Gerard, we'll go on to our next question that we need to ask you. When I see the moon, or when individual sees the moon, or when human being sees the moon, they think that the moon produces light. Now I want to verify from you that does the moon really produces light?
Okay. That is a simple question to answer. I would like to state it here that Mr. Brain, the moon is actually like the mirror, kind of. It reflects light from the sun. That is to say that the light produced by the moon are those ones reflected from the sunlight.
Oh, this is beautiful. I hope someone have learned today that the moon does not produce light, but it reflects light from the sun. Okay, Gerard, Mr. Gerard, thank you very much for that brilliant answer. Now we'll move on to our next question, which is about what accounts for the changing shapes of the moon. Because I used to wonder, I'm wondering, at the early month, like in the first week of the month, I will see the moon very tiny. But as the month goes, or as the days goes by, maybe it's talking about 2 weeks to 3 weeks inside a month, the shape of the moon automatically changes. So what accounts for the changing of the shapes of the moon?
Okay. Now, what should be noted here is that actually the moon doesn't, let's say, it doesn't grow. You get the point. The moon actually doesn't grow. It simply reflects the changes in the shape of the moon simply reflect the various angles in which the sunlight reflects the moon. That is to say, at a particular point in time, the sunlight do not cover the whole surface of the moon, and at that particular point in time, it will seem to you, it will appear to be what half. It's going to have a banana shape. Now, as time goes on, you know, the Earth is actually spherical, it's not flat. So as time goes on, or as the days increases to weeks, the moon surface become well exposed to the sun, the rays or the sunlight. So you discover that at this point in time now we'll be talking about the full moon. That means the surface of the moon now has been exposed to the moon.
That is beautiful. For me, I think that the moon grows, because it will become a time you will see the tiny moon, very soon you will see a full moon. So please, you have heard the reason of the changing sizes of the moon. That is from the tiny one to the full-grown moon. So that is it. Thank you for that brilliant answer, Mr. Gerard. We'll move on to our next question. That is talking about what are the effects of the moon on our natural environment, on human activities.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Brain. You know, it is quite interesting topic that we are looking at here today at
Yeah.
Brainbox Discovery Channel. Let me state it here that actually the moon affects or impacts our environment, that is our natural environment, and this is usually experienced in coastal areas. You know, people in the villages of let's say the Campo villages around Kribi, people around Bakingili, Limbe and Etinau, they will tell you that during the day the moon the sea travels, and at night the moon comes back. Now that is to tell you that the moon impact our natural environment is that what that it influences the tides. Then we'll talk about the tides. Now we are talking about the rise and fall in sea levels. Now, to when the sea travels, that's during the day. That experience what? That experiences the low tides. And when the sea returns, we talk about the high tides. So this is best understood for those in the coastal areas. Okay, we move to the effect of the moon on
Human activities.
You know, the moon is so much important as it has impacted a lot of human activities. Like what we talk of religious events and feasts, like the feast of Ramadan, that the Muslim uses the lunar calendar of the moon, which has 28 days. And we also talk of the Christians, that's the feast of Passover. They also follows the shape of the moon. We talk of social gathering. Social gathering, you discover that this is impacted by the moon because these things takes place at night. We have dancing, youth dancing groups, and storytelling, let's say by adults. You usually find a group of people seated outside, let's say during full moon, where places are very much clearer at night. They tell stories, they interact with each other, and so forth and so on. Now, we also look at the aspect of what? Fishing. Now, we know that the shape of the moon also impacts the fishing activity. In that what? At moon rise and moon set, these fishermen usually have high catches, like they caught a lot of fish during moon rise and during moon set. We also talk about hunting and harvesting of crops. So these are the various ways in which the moon influences our human activities.
Thank you, Mr. Gerard. Thank you for that brilliant explanation. Gerard, I still have a worry. Does it mean that for you to understand the effects of the moon on human being, you must be somebody that have stayed in the village? Because I believe that here in town, or those that are living in town, will not really know the impact or the influence of the moon on human activities. Does it mean that those that live around the countryside experience or notice the effects of the moon more than those that are living in urban areas?
Okay, Mr. Brain. To answer that your question, I would like to state it clear to you that we will have to bring in the aspect of what we call communal life. Communal life. That's the aspect of living together and interacting together with each other. Now, you discover that the lifestyles in urban areas or cities are not the same as those in the countryside or villages. Now, you discover the housing styles in urban areas, everybody with gates. Now, this one here, they're also experiencing this aspect of the moon or this impact of the moon, but in a different way, because we will still have a family member that can gather his or her children in front of their gate and they discuss. Kind of they organize their own, let's say, sporting event during the full moon, and so forth and so on. But those in the villages, we have kids, we have young people who move, let's say, to nearby houses to commune, to
associate.
experience, to associate, and get the love for this moon together. So now they gather, they usually gather at a particular spot. It could be a square or wheresoever. They gather there, they share ideas, they dance, they tell stories. So the situation is actually different in these two contrasting areas based on their different ways of lives.
This is awesome. But for me, I would suggest that for you to fully utilize or enjoy the effects of the moon, you need to what? You need to spend at least a week or what days in a countryside or in your village. There, you are able to what, to fully utilize the effects of the moon, right?
Most especially during the dry season.
Okay. During the dry season.
Yeah, during the dry season, because there is no rain that will kind of disrupt people's gathering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Gerard.
You're welcome.
To our viewers, I hope you learned something from this explanation or on this explanation from Mr. Gerard. He has talked everything that concerns the moon, the effect of the moon, and what is the moon. There were some certain things I was wondering about the moon, but now I am clear, or he has clarified me. So our viewers, if you have anything to add that concerns the moon, please drop it at the comment section. Like the video, share the video, in order to encourage us what to keep on verifying what facts within and without. Welcome to Brainbox Discovering Page.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.